thanks for joining me to color. Today we're going to be working on my Color Wednesday blog post from March 8th, 2017. We're going to be using this adorable ConieFongArt image called Sweet Annabelle. I will put a link to the image down in the description box if you'd like to head over and grab one and color along with me. If you have a question, make sure and leave me a comment and I will get back to you. Otherwise, I printed my image on Nina 80-pound Solar White cardstock, so let's color. So let's start out by giving our girl an outline, and for that I'm going to use C00. And I'm not going to do anything fancy, I'm just going to go all the way around. So let's start down here at her foot. And you can just go all the way around her foot if you'd like. I'm going to color her some ground down there so it doesn't matter, I just skipped over that part. Up here, around her hair. She's got some great hair. If you do this first, you don't have to worry if you get some on your image, because then you can erase it if you're worried about it showing through to some other colors. And you don't have to worry about picking up other colors and pulling them out into your background. Here we'll go all the way around her foot. So next, let's do her skin. For that, we're going to use E11, 00, 000 for cheeks. I'm going to use E93. And we're going to start down here on her legs, and we're going to use our E11. And let's see here, let's do on the inside, up underneath of her skirt, and then down on the inside of her foot. And I'm going to do a little dab along her toes there. And we'll do the same for this side. And then we're going to add E00. And then I want to add E000. Then I'm going to add a second coat of my E00. And then we'll go over all of that with our E000 again. Then we're going to go up here and we're going to do her arms. So let's do our E11 again. Whoops, it helps if you grab E11. Here, and then let's go down the back of her arm. There, she's got a little bit of her elbow there, so I'm going to give that just a little bit extra. And then I want to add E00. And then I'm going to add E000. Then I want to add a second coat of my E00. And then we'll go over those with our E00. And let's move up here to her neck and her face, and we'll start again with our E11. And let's go a little bit along our collar line, and then under her chin, and do a little bit here by her dress strap. And then for her face, I want to go underneath of her bangs, in her ear. I'm going to come down the side of her neck right here, at the bottom of her chin. And then for her nose, let's do a little bit on the other side of this line. Then we want to add our E00. And then I'm going to add E00. Then we want to add some cheek color, so let's do E93. And then I want to do a second coat of my E00. And then I'm going to go over all of that with my E00 or 000. And I'm going to pink her cheeks up some more, so let's do a little bit more of our E93. I'm going to do her lips. And then I want to go over those with my E00. And then for the top of her eyes, where she's got the little bit of her lid showing, I'm going to take my E11 and just fill those in right above her lashes. For her eyes, we're going to use G07 and G82. I'm going to start with my G07. And we're going to do that, just a little dab on each corner. And then I'm going to fill it in with my G82. And I'm going to go back with my second coat of my G07 just to make the corners just a little bit darker. So for her hair, I'm going to do it backwards today. So I'm going to use E42, 43, 44, and 47. I'm going to start with my E42. And for my E42, I'm going to color all of her hair in. Trying something new. Okay, then we're going to grab E43. And so I want to add in a little bit of dark. So let's find some spots where we'd like to make it a little bit darker. So how about this streak? And let's pick another one. So how about this one? And maybe a little bit down here in the swirl. I'm just randomly picking different sections that I'd like to be a little bit darker. I'm trying to leave kind of the top one, like on this streak here where there's a streak on top of that. I wanted to leave that as the lightest one. So I purposely kind of try to pick the ones that are underneath something that's on top. Yeah, I'll color this in. And let's do a little bit in here. And let's see. Same over here. Kind of pick the second streak. That. Then we're going to add E44. So same thing. I'm just going to pick some spots where I think it should be darker. So I'm going to try to pick the ones that are maybe right next to the E43. So let's, how about this one? And I skipped one, so let's do this next one. And we'll leave that for our darkest color. let's see here. Okay, then I'm going to go with my E47. I'm just randomly picking some streaks that I want to be a little bit darker. I think this was supposed to be a space in between her hair there, but I'm going to color it in so that it's got a dark streak there. Okay, how about over here? Okay, I guess we better do a little bit up here. I need to turn my girl a little bit more, so move my cap over there. I need to do a little bit up here on her hair, up here on her bangs. And then I'm going to go with my E44 right here in her bangs again, because this, I don't like how this looks. Let's see. Let's add a little bit more of this brown over here on this side too. Let's do her dress next. For that, we're going to use YR16, Y38, YR12, and YR21. I'm going to start with my YR16. And let's start up here on, whoops, on the straps of her dress. So I'm just not going to do anything fancy with that. I'm going to just color it in. And then let's leave, I'm going to leave this ruffle white. And then we're going to go over here. Oh, and here's a little strap right here on the back of her arm. Let's do that. Top of her sleeve there. Okay, then for her dress down here, let's add a little bit to these lines that are already there. that. And then we'll go down here for her bodice. Same thing, I want to go underneath this ruffle, and then I'm going to do these lines. And I'm going to leave that ruffle white too. And then I'm going to add Y38. And then YR12. And then we'll go over those with our YR21. Then let's hop down here and we will do her skirt. So again, we're going to start with our YR16. And let's see here. Right next to her apron. Side, and let's do the skirt down here. And then we'll go over here on this side. So over here, I'm going to go down this line. I'm going to go around her apron. And then we have a little bit down here, so let's do underneath the second part. Okay, then we're going to add Y38. Then we're going to add YR12. And then we'll fill it in with our YR21. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to add a second coat of my YR16. A little bit more contrast on here. Next, let's do this hair bow and her ribbon on her apron and these little pockets. For that, we're going to use R14, 22, 21, and 20. We're going to start with our R14. And let's do a little bit on the inside of our bow here. And come up the center. Center that knot. And this side. And over here, a little bit coming out from underneath there. And over there. Then we're going to add our R22. And next we'll add R21. And then we're going to add R20. And then I want to do a second coat, so I'm going to grab our 14. R22. R21. And then our R20. And we'll go down here and we will do the ribbon on her apron and her pockets. Let's do R14. And then I'm going to add our 22. And next we'll do R21. And then we'll do R20. And then again, I want to do my second coat, so I'm going to go R14. R22. R21. Oops. And then our R20. Next, for her apron, we're going to use V20 and the colorless blender. So I'm going to start with our V20. And let's just brush down away from this apron string. A little bit of shadow behind her arm there. Same for this side. Let's do just a little bit right next to her arm. And we'll go on this side of her arm. And then we're going to brush up just a little bit here from the bottom. And in between the basket there. then I'm going to take my colorless blender and I'm just going to scribble over those edges. I'm going to try not to touch that red. Let's go down here and do the flower basket next. For that, we're going to use E29, 25, and 21. And we're going to start with our E29. And I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to try to draw just a little bitty line on each one of these little lines up here on the handle. And then down here on the basket, I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. Just give each little splash a little swash of color there. And then down here on the basket actual part, I want to do a little line on each side of these little lines that are like kind of smushing the basket's weaves together. Well, then I'm going to take, let's do, so I don't have to mess it up, let's do E21 next. I'm just going to go over the entire thing. And then if I have to come back, I can add that again. But I'm going to do E25 next. And for that, I'm going to color in the rest of these little spaces in between those little slashes that are holding the basket together. I want to leave those the lightest color. And then I'll take my E21 and go over the basket one more time. Next, let's do the leaves in the basket. So we're going to start with our G07. And I'm going to use that to just do the centers of each of my little leaves. And some in here there's like a little space where there's no flowers, so I'm just going to color that green. And then I'm going to fill those in with my G12. For the flowers, we're going to use V15 and 12, and then for the center of the flower, we'll use Y38. So I'm going to do my V15 first, and I'm just going to take my pen and do little dots around the center of each flower. And I don't want to hold your pen there too long because the paper will just start sucking up ink the minute you touch the paper, so I'm trying to be kind of quick so it only doesn't go into the center of my flower. Okay, and then I'm going to do, let's quickly do the flower center. So let's grab Y38. And then we will fill in the flower with our V12. So that leaves us with the ground. For that, let's use W00 and W1. I'm going to start with my W00. And for that, let's go up here past her foot. Then I'm going to add my W1. And then I'm going to go over it again with my W00. Then I'm going to come back with a second coat of my W1 and just add a little bit more shadow in there. So there is our sweet Annabelle all colored up. Didn't she turn out very cute? I love her. If you would like to see the finished card, head over to the store blog and view blog post for March 11th, 2017, and you can see how fabulous she looks on the front of a card. If you have a question, leave me a comment and I'll make sure to get back to you. Otherwise, I hope you had fun coloring today, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.